Hello dear friends, we have a special event and I'd like to share it with you on my YouTube channel for all the pigeons lovers. We are in Belgium to the famous fancier Youri Deblanc with a glass of champagne to celebrate the victory from Bergerac. Congratulations.
Thank you very much,
start
my
with
friends.
the champagne.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers all of you. So we are back to Youri to congratulate them.
Thank
First
you.
of all, for amazing results to Bergerac. 1, 2, 4 national Bergerac.
1, 3, 4.
1, 3, 4. Sorry,
Yeah.
is the champagne. How was the race? How was the feeling?
Well, the feeling was great, in that sense that it was the toughest day in temperature and also wind. So they announced headwind, they announced above 30 degrees. So I thought already in the morning, today it should be my day, because I know I have birds performing well, you know it also, on headwind, on warm weather. And then if you can succeed in the expectations, that's a great feeling. I never imagined that I would have a first national, but also a third national, a fourth national. And almost all my birds I basket that day have a national prize. I have basket 31 birds and 29 are classified nationally. And I think 15 out of the 31, which is half, are classified top 200 national, which is great. So it was a great feeling. We had a big party.
So if you continue like that, it's a big chance that Pascal will forbid your racing here.
That's or we should hope for very good summers. That's what we have to do. Yeah.
Yes. What is the distance for Bergerac?
Bergerac is 710 kilometers, and the racing time was here 10 hours and a half.
10 hours and a half.
Yeah, it was the hardest long distance race of the whole year. So we had a tough summer here in Belgium with a lot of tailwind and 1500, 1600 meters. That's not really my thing, but Bergerac was the hardest long distance race. So 10 hours and a half race, ideally for my birds, in fact. Yeah.
I remember we arrived here first time 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago. Yeah.
I was same with Doro.
Yeah, exactly.
Doro Sabo is my friend. He's in the back of the camera now.
Yes. He's also drinking champagne. Yeah. We couldn't tell for his wife, but okay.
Okay. That's it. And at that time when you show us 12 birds, I remember it was 12 birds, and he was very, very impressed.
Thanks.
Doro was most than impressed. He said, I go at home, I kill all my birds, and I come here to buy 2 birds.
I remember, yes.
Thanks to God, he don't do that yet.
Yes.
So we are lucky.
Yeah.
But the birds, it's amazing, and I don't say big words. Then I come more times.
Yes.
Last summer I was here to buy some birds from your master, from your teacher, from Eric Vermander.
Yes.
And I happy there is the same type.
Yeah.
But a short story about your best breeder, a little bit. Maybe there is some new followers.
Yeah. Okay.
Who didn't see the rest of the movies.
Yeah.
But you can scroll.
Yeah.
Down and see the movies we've done here before.
Yeah.
Anyway, you can tell a little bit, very short.
I will try to keep it short because you know me, I'm very enthusiastic about my Julian family. So, but I only have one breeder in my loft. So all my birds are related to that one breeder. And basically it was a heavy long distance bird. So Julian, he won 7th National Irun, which is more than 900 kilometers. He arrived after 15 hours of flight, almost in the dark. And he's my basic breeder. So all my birds are coming from this bird. And then in the first phase, all his racing children who won top 10 national, I put on the breeding loft. And now it's mainly second and third generation who is winning this. So, for example, the winner of the first national Bergerac, he's a grandson of Julian. His father was the 4th national Limoges. He won the 1st national. And so I keep only Julian and my basic breeder birds on my breeding loft, and then I try to look for the best material to cross in with my Julian. But I always go back to my family. So I'm a breeder, in fact. Yeah.
True, we discovered here a real family. I told you again, I was very impressed. And about the enthusiasm of Youri, I cannot tell you because last hour we discussed only about training methods and how to feed the pigeons and almost forget about the champagne, but we come back to champagne now. If it's possible, we would like to see the bird.
Yeah, of course.
I'm sure my followers will be happy to see it, even if it's only video, but I saw it before.
Yes.
It's a great opportunity to have it, to feel it, and to feel how it has to look the very good pigeons.
Yeah, I think he's indeed a good example of how a bird should look like, in my opinion. So, and if you allow me, I will handle them to you, or you want me to handle them first, or how
No, you can handle, present it a little bit.
And so I'm so happy to you guys to present my first national Bergerac. And so he's a yearling. In my opinion, he has everything he has to have. First of all, he's of the good family. And so his father is a son of Julian. And his father, so the son of Julian, his name is Eagle Eye Julian, won 1st provincial Limoges, 4th national Limoges, and was one of the best birds on Limoges, and is now becoming more and more a basic breeder. Also, my best hen is coming out of Eagle Julian. So, but this bird, if you handle him, I think you can also agree it's a super bird. First of all, he's not that tall, he's quite compact. You feel straight away the quality of his feathers. So he's thick feathered. And you also see that if you look, you see little, I call them clouds. That's a sign of good condition and also thick feathered. His head looks like the Julian head. And so he has a bit, a smart head. A bit like an eagle, like his father. He has a bit an aggressive head, I call it. He has a very nice white eye. And then also his wing, if you look upon his wing, this is for me how a wing should look like. You see that between the 3rd and the 4th feather, it jumps already almost
1, 2, 3, 4.
1 centimeter.
1, 2, 3.
Yes, and then you see between the 6th here and the 7th, it's almost 2 centimeters. That's exceptional. So he has exceptional wing. I'm not a wingman, I'm not an eye man, I'm an everything man. So everything has to be correct to have a super breeder in your loft. The wing has to be correct. He has a very short forearm. His forearm is amazing. I never saw a good bird racing more than 500 kilometers with a long forearm. That doesn't exist. And you can feel here, Marius, it's like 1 centimeter thickness.
Mm-hmm.
So it's clearly a bird, and I think, he has all characteristics to win a very hard race. He has a short forearm, a thick forearm, great wing, aggressive looking eye, and his muscle, He's now breeding. Currently, he's alone, sitting with 2 youngsters of 18 days.
You told me before.
Yeah,
Yes.
I didn't want him, that his hen would relay eggs, because, so I said, okay, I put away the hen, he has to breed them by himself. Look at his condition. I don't know if you see, but this is a bird bringing alone 2 young birds of 18 days. It's ready to race. Also in the feeling, you see his muscle. He's also quite calm, but it doesn't have to touch him a lot. yeah, it's a perfect bird. I like him. Aside the fact that he won first national, he's perfectly on my breeding loft. And of the Julian family. I will hand him to you, Marius.
Thank you.
Happy.
It's a privilege to hold it and to show it for you. First tips. It's that the strong pigeons has no problem to bred two youngsters
No.
even alone.
Yeah.
So
His condition is amazing.
sometimes we see maybe in our loft two parents has difficulties with two babies.
Yes.
But that means that the birds are weak. I
Yeah,
think.
exactly.
And
You have to kill them straight away.
yeah, better to
Yeah.
make a good soup.
Yeah, it's that can taste also. Yeah.
What can I say? The bird, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Really amazing.
Yeah.
Very compact, very strong bird,
Yeah.
and you see the power on it.
Yeah.
You can feel the power.
Yeah. Yeah.
You present it.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me that he won first national.
Amazing bird.
Yeah. His half sister I raced not at the 700 kilometer, but a bit on the 400-500 kilometer. 8 times on national races. She won 8 times in the first 100 national in the zone. So each time she was there on top. So yeah, it's
Amazing pigeon.
yeah, great pigeon. I'm so proud that I can put a pigeon like that on my breeding loft. He will breed future national winners, I'm almost sure. And like my friend who is filming now saying, he has cold because he is trembling. I don't know if you see, his wing is trembling all the time. Although it's 23 degrees here. So yeah, look at the quality of his wing. Look this thrilling, it's amazing. Yeah. If I put my muscle like that, it's not thrilling, so I don't have any muscles. But yeah, this guy.
So you can fly 700.
No, I think I can fly 70. I think I'm a short distance bird. Yeah.
Let's go forward and tell us a little bit about your bird's preparation, what type of food you use, how you play the Widowhood.
Yeah, I will explain. First of all, you have to understand that this year I have somebody helping me with the birds because I'm quite busy working. Pigeon is not my work, it's a hobby. I have a lot of children. And so I have to pick a very easy system because the person who's helping me is not a pigeon fancier. So we have decided this year to change the way of feeding and to do only one type of feeding. And it's Bayer's Galaxy Sport Light. Bayer's Galaxy Sport Light is not a light. I think the name is wrong. It's quite a fatty mixture, which we give starting April until the end of the season. So each day they get the same feed. I think it has an advantage that, first of all, it's easy. You don't have to say, yeah, tomorrow this bird goes there, I have to feed them more fat, the other one not. I make schedules, like I told you, you almost need artificial intelligence to keep on feeding your birds. We stop that. Each bird, youngster, breeder, from May onwards has Galaxy Sport Light. That's it. If they go on a racing, I individually, not in the common tray where they eat, but where they sit, I give them some additional fat, which is nuts, the morning mixture of the brain,
like that.
candy seeds, with oil on it. So they have on top of the fatty mixture of Bayer's Galaxy, a couple of days before, they have already additional fat. They need fat. If you want to go racing long distance, they need fat. That's it. That's easy. When you put them in, they need fat. When they come home, I give them toluamine on Saturday and Sunday. All my birds get toluamine. Important to say that each day, Monday, Tuesday, 7 days in a week, we always give them magic.
Every day.
Every day. So basket, no basket, malting, breeding, I don't care. We give them each day magic, which you produce, but I shift with the dosing. In the malting and the breeding, which was not your question, but I will tell it anyway, we give them half a doses. In the season, we give them normal doses. And each time on Tuesday and on Wednesday, because I basket most on Wednesday, basket or not, all my birds get double doses.
Double doses.
Yeah, because then I know that the double doses for the birds who are leaving is helping them. So we give them, coming back, always toliamine on Saturday, Sunday. Always. So if they are basket or not,
all get
200. So each day we do the same here.
Yeah.
So I only have one small schedule. It's printed on the loft. The guy who
This is
not
too easy. Sir.
yeah, but the guy helping me is not a pigeon fancier, so it has to be easy. No matter what happens, from the 1st of May till the end of August, this is the schedule. He knows it's Saturday, it's this. So it doesn't change, never. And then I feed individually fat myself when I come home from work in the evening, individually. Yeah, because I'm lighting. I'm from the 1st of July. I'm prolonging the days progressively. I can build up from 3 to 4 feedings, and I think that's important. And so in the season, when the long distance race starts, I prefer to give 4 times food instead of 2 times food. They keep on eating.
And you told me that you release the pigeons after they're feeding.
Yes, in the morning I first feed
Something
them.
new, huh?
Yeah, I first feed them and then I release them. The guy who is helping me is not happy with that because the birds are flying all the time then. But it's all about, and that's, I'm convinced, training, resting, eating, repeat. It's like the song. So the more they train, the more they eat, the more energy they have. Also, on the day of basketing, they train. So,
Really?
Yes. I basket, for example, the Wednesday evening. What I do, and that is also a bit my system, with the male on Widowhood, classic Widowhood. In the morning, I release them. They train 45 minutes, 1 hour. All right. They have eaten. They come in. They don't eat anymore. I put away the eating. In the noon, we put them 20 kilometers away, or 30 kilometers. They fly half an hour again. They come home, they see their hen at noon. They, in the beginning of the season, only 10 minutes, and then separated. How farther the season, the more motivation. A bit longer, together, with a tray, with a bit of straw. The farther the season, the more motivation. Then I put the hen away. Half an hour later, where they calm down, we give them food again. At 5 o'clock, their normal hour of training, we put them on training again. They come in, as they used to do, they eat again. Of course, the third time, the Wednesday, they don't train 1 hour anymore. It's a bit less.
So you do 2 trainings in the basketing day?
Yeah, 2 trainings and we put them away 20 or 30 kilometers. Yeah. And then they eat, and then I try to basket not too early. And then we try to fill them up as much as possible with fat food to survive the first day. Because in Belgium on Thursday, I don't think they get a lot of food in the truck. Yeah, they still have food enough. It's like you eat 2 Big Macs and French fries. The day after, you don't have a lot of.
But the second training, they meet the hens again?
No, only at noon. Yeah.
When you train with the calf, so you bring them with the calf.
Then they come back.
They see the hens?
They see the hens, max 1 hour at the end of the season, and then nothing anymore.
And one more training or no more?
And then in the evening, 1 more training.
One more training?
Yeah, yes. So they do 2 trainings, and I put them away. So they train 3 times a day. Yeah.
But they see the hens even the second?
No. Only 1 time at noon. Because in the afternoon, in the evening, I want them to focus on the eating. and not on the hen anymore. And after a while, they also know that the hen is waiting when they come back. So I did a test not to show the hen at noon. The older guys of 2 or 3 years old, when they know the system, they know if I race 10 hours, when I come back, my hen will be waiting there.
But you do the same with the hens too, training?
So that's for the male. When the males come back, I changed that this year for my easiness. The years before, when the race was still going on, I put hens, and then in the evening, I put all the hens away, and I said, this is too much work. I will put the hens there, and only the day afterwards, in the morning, I put the hens away.
Yeah,
so they stay always, when they come back, the night with the hen. For me, it's easier when everything is quiet down, that in the morning, when I get up, I can put the hens away. That's more easy. Yes, so that's the system with the male. The system with the female is combined with the system with the 1 year male, where I play total widowhood, which is more easier. I raise them like youngsters. So when on Wednesday, they also go on the training. So in the morning, the race. First of all, we release the widowhood males.
Yeah.
And then my friend, after 15 minutes, he releases the total widowhood together, male and female. They arrive here together. You can imagine, it's fun, on the roof, whoop. And then they come in, and then I leave them together 1 hour. Around 2 o'clock, we separate again, and also there we focus again on food. When they come back on Saturday, also there we leave them together until Sunday morning. Yeah.
So for the old cocks, you have the hens staying here?
Yes, classic widowhood. The young males, the 1 year old males and the females are played on raised on total widowhood. Yeah. And then I move the good cocks who raised good on total widowhood. I move them, which is not classical. I move them from one loft to another loft, and from a total widowhood system to a normal widowhood system.
Yeah, classic only with cocks.
Yeah, because I believe that for cocks, when they are 2 years old and there is no hen sitting there, a yearling cock, okay, perhaps he will choose another. If we were young, we also had a lot of or more female looking at us. If you're older, you want your wife to be there, I think. But in the beginning, I thought, putting males 1 year race well from one system to another one, that will not be good. That's not true. If they are good as 1 year old in total widowhood, they are good as a 2 year old on classic widowhood. So I changed that. Yeah.
And about the youngsters, I know you starting stronger with the youngsters.
Yes. To be honest, my years, I raced very well in 19, 20, 21. They were top years for me. 2022 and 2023 were less because I didn't have any time anymore to train my youngsters decently. In current pigeon racing, that's done. 10 years ago, you could say, I'm quality and my yearling birds never see the basket, but the quality will compensate. Here in Belgium, that period is gone. It's like you put your children not to school, and only when they're 10 years old, suddenly you put them to school. Yeah, they must be naturally gifted extremely to catch up. And there is only one out of the 100,000 perhaps possible. So you have to train your birds. That was also my idea. Also, I want to survive only birds in winter where I believe in. Okay? So we started to raise young birds again in 2023 and successfully. And those young birds of 2023 were my winners in 2024. The guy we just saw was one of the 2023. My yearlings did great this year.
Until what distance?
I raised them this year 4 times 500 kilometers.
4 times 500?
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. I don't look at it. If they are weak, they stay behind. I don't care. With whether it is or not, I just don't care. You have to go racing your birds. We have the luck here in Belgium, we have national races. Unfortunately, now they fall back from 5 till 4. We have one race less, but yeah, we will race all national races next year again with the youngsters. Yeah.
Very interesting, and I think we learn a lot of interesting things.
Yeah, you know, Marius, people think, yeah, but I will save them and let them grow for later, and then they can. Even I know guys in the extreme long distance thinking like that, yeah, but they're not on the picture anymore. Also, the extreme long distance racers here in Belgium, the top, are racing their young birds, are racing their yearlings, and I don't say you have to be crazy. I don't say, but I race males and cocks of 3-4 years old still, who raced. So it doesn't mind if they are good, they're good. If they are not good, they're not good. If they are weak, they cannot breed 2 youngsters of 18 days alone, and for sure they will not survive 4 national races of 500 kilometers as a youngster.
That's bad news, huh?
Yeah.
If they are bad, they are bad.
Yeah, but you have to select. It's about selection.
Yeah.
And people, and I think it's better you focus on 60 birds who survived already a good selection, because those are the ones who are healthy, those are the ones who are training well. Then you keep 100 birds, 40 bad ones and 60 like that, because the 40 bad ones, they get ill, they put down the training, they take energy away from you, and it's all about good birds finally. So I also have to learn that. So now I have to force myself, because it's really to force myself to train my birds in June at the same moment that my old birds are at the peak. It's a task. You have to get up at 5:36 before you work to train your young birds. But if you don't do that, nowadays, and I think in Romania, your guys are getting better and better quality.
It is the same, yes.
It will just be the same. Don't think that, yeah, but I have the 1,000 kilometers train. My birds have to be 2 years old before I put them at 500 kilometers, and then it will happen. Yeah, there are always exceptions.
Of course.
But to build up a strain, you have to test them when they are youngster, when they are yearling, test their vitality, health, and so on. And that's selection.
Cool.
That's my opinion. And that's what
I
I
see. We are here
see.
to a champion, so
yeah,
better listen to a champion than a non-champion. It's winter now. It's autumn winter, and a lot of champions, of winter champions, give advices on social media. So
that's true.
Better listen to a true champion.
Also, Marius, I don't say this is the truth for everybody. I just apply what I see here, and I just see that this year, and you also have to understand, and people forget that, and I learned that also. Pigeon racing is managing a team. It's like a football team.
Yeah.
If you have a football team of 11 and they are 2 weak, and the other guys, 2 weak guys, I don't train also because they don't train. They are weak. We are losing because of them. Blah 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 blah. I think you have to manage a team also, and then the whole team is getting better if you select health, vitality, training. Also, what I learned is, before I was not that hard, but birds sitting on the roof and getting an annoying behavior, I put them out because they don't fit into your team. Exactly. That also learned, and people they forget about that. Say, yeah, but it's coming with that pedigree, and I just don't care. I just also, and then I stopped talking.
No. I just listen. Learning.
When the season is going on, I start with a lot of youngsters, because perhaps I have to add that I race 4 national races with my youngsters, or 5, but it can be that my best yearling didn't perform as a youngster. but he came home okay. So I cannot select my youngsters based upon their performances.
Yes.
Because 500 kilometers with 1600 meters is perhaps 6 hours race, that's not 10-hour race.
Yeah.
So my birds need the hours. I keep all my youngsters who came home normally, healthy, not tired, I keep them. So I start with quite a big group of yearlings. But when the races go on, and my wife jokes always with me, then she sees me passing upon the hill here with my basket, I kill every week 5 to 6 birds consistently. And then I look at the performances, the health and so on. Your team is getting smaller, you're getting more space, you get more energy to the good ones. Normally the theory says, yeah, you cannot change it during the season because they get motivated. I don't look at that. I just want to reduce the team as soon as possible with good ones. But on the right races, of course, if it's like this year we had Poitiers, 1700 meters. Yeah, you cannot select birds on 1700 meter race. The week afterwards it was Argenton, 1100 meters. There I select. And if I see they didn't perform yet, I put them away, and then you free up energy.
Yeah, it's what I'm telling in many videos about the selection, strong birds, natural health, and try to find the best. It's the only way to succeed.
Only way.
Oh, if you just want to have a hobby and play with the birds, you can keep
that's
all
okay.
the birds. And
that's better for us.
Yes.
I like that.
What else you give to increase the form? Do you have something special who help you to increase the form, or it's only the trainings and the food?
It's a combination. I build up motivation, I build up light, I build up treatment, I build up motivation during the season. During April and May, beginning of May, my birds have trichomonas a lot, I'm sure. They are not trained, training is building up. If they come home, they don't see a hen, things like that. But I build it up during the season. That's my way of working. There are other people who also race well, who immediately in February let them train spectacularly. I did that also before. I still believe they have to have in February and March already good training, but they can also good train with a bit of trichomonas, without their hen and so on. And so for me, I only want to be there when the national races start, and that's 3rd week of May. All the rest before, I don't care. Regional races, provincial races, nobody cares anymore. So it's a combination, and then I also start with playing with light. I darken them until 3rd week of April. Of course, my results in April are not up. They are sitting in the dark. But then, the end of June, I keep the day the same until 1st week of August for my old birds, and that helps, of course. You put, and then they are more motivated. They have more light.
And for the hens.
For the hens also. Yeah.
So you don't believe in darkening?
I darken.
Darkening of the hens over the season. All the season.
No. I darken the hens quite late. So I start with the male around mid-March until mid-April, 3rd week of April. If you do longer, males have an issue. I hear at least, and they get too late in form. It takes them more time to get in condition than a female. A female, I darken until the mid of May. 2 weeks later, it's like you never darkened them. So I darken them, but then from May onward, end of May onwards, I don't darken them anymore. And at the end of June, both of them, male and female, are giving light, also progressively. First from 5:30 until 10, then from 5:30 at 10:30, 5 at 10:11, and then 5 at 11:30, which allows me also to give more feeding. If it's dark already, end of July at 9 o'clock, yeah, my lights are on till 11. I can still give them an additional feeding at 9:30, for example.
Yeah.
So instead of feeding them 3 times, I can feed them 4 times. Yeah. But my feed, like I said, is normal feed. It's fatty Halaxy Sport Light with nothing on it. Yeah.
So that was
We can keep
a
on
lesson.
talking.
A lesson. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
We keep on talking even after we switch the camera.
Yeah,
So,
probably. Or we have to pick a new bottle of champagne and we keep on talking even more.
yes. So that was the pigeon sport lesson from Youri Deblanc. I listened very carefully. I will re-listen when we publish it. Thank you for sharing this experience with us.
No problem.
Um,
Thank you for
if you
visiting me.
if you like this video, I would like to see your comment about this video. This will motivate me to bring more video like this one in the channel.
Yeah.
My goal is to create a bigger international community of pigeon sport lovers.
Wow, super.
Yes, to share experience and to learn
Yeah, we need that.
one from each other. And if you didn't subscribe yet, you have the opportunity to do it. And I hope you will do it. And more than that, I hope you will share with your friends. Because what I discovered to Youri, I discovered a very honest fancier, very straight and very open to tell us what he really do with the pigeons.
Yeah, that's right.
And we can learn a lot of things.
Yeah, perhaps just one last thing, Marius.
Yes.
Thank you very much for visiting me again.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Always, it's a pleasure.
So I think in the meantime, we have a good friendship.
Yes.
And perhaps also, we talked a bit the last minutes about feeding and system and so on. Just one thing, finally, it's all about the quality of the pigeon.
100%.
That's,
Yes.
let's say, 90%. So we should focus on that, and then the rest has to be okay, of course. But if the quality of the pigeon is not okay, you can apply a system, whatever you want, it will never work. Thank you very much for your visit here, both.
Congratulations again.
Congratulations.
And
Cheers.
cheers to you.
Yeah,
Bye.
thank you. Bye-bye.